One might ask themselves, how do you become the world's leader in low-cost airline? Well, let's find out right after this. Hi everyone, welcome back to Traveling with Justin. I am Justin, and today is September 5th of 2023. It's a Tuesday, and today we'll be talking about Southwest, how they went from an interstate airline that just flew around Texas to become the world's leader in low-cost airline. So let's find out about exactly how Southwest stacks up and did that. In 1967, Herbert Kelcher and Roland King, they founded Southwest in Texas. All right, and they had this great big idea of flying only within the state of Texas. I mean, the state of Texas is like half of Europe. So, but they were not met with happy campers. There was 3 airlines that caused grief for Southwest. They filed a lawsuit against them for coming in and undermining the prices of their airlines. And that was Brantiff, Trans-Texas Airways, and Continental Airlines. And so that went on for a little bit, but those lawsuits were resolved in 1974. In and around Texas, they flew from Dallas to Houston and San Antonio. That's the only thing they wanted to fly. In 1979, when the Airline Deregulation Act was passed, that meant Southwest could expand to neighboring states. Okay, so they expanded eastward and southeast. Okay, in the 1990s, that's kind of when they started expanding elsewhere. In 1994, Southwest expanded to Salt Lake City, and they were offering buy a ticket, get a free ticket. So we bought tickets to Seattle on Southwest Airline, and that means we got a free ticket and we went to St. Louis in 1995. So yeah, that was it. Southwest had finally came to Salt Lake City. But what is the big appeal to Southwest? Okay, so let's take a look at it. Southwest offers 2 free checked bags. So I can go on Southwest, check 2 bags. Great. I don't have to pay the $35 to $60 a bag I didn't have to pay on other airlines. And you can change your flight on Southwest up to 10 minutes prior to takeoff without incurring a charge. And if you have to cancel it, you're refunded a travel credit for the amount of the ticket, and it never expires. You get non-alcoholic beverages on the plane. I think you get that on every airline now, but and then on certain holidays, you don't get charged for alcoholic drinks. Okay, and you get free snacks. You get free snacks on other airlines as well. And they have some very good boarding announcements. They have fun when you're boarding. The flight crew, they have fun, all right? But the thing about Southwest is something that JetBlue tried to copy, but JetBlue started saying, hey, you can pick your seat ahead of time. Southwest does not do that. When you check in, you've got 24 hours to check in, you check in and you're assigned a number. Sometimes it's like A12, or I've never been A1. Never in my life. Or you're B, or you're C. Okay, so they have these little stands at the airport where it has A, B, and C. All right, and then you have numbers from 1 to 60. So A 1 to 60. So if you're A58, you basically have to wait until all the rest of the A's are on the plane, and you get to pick your own seat. So if I want a window seat, I have to make sure that I'm one of the first ones on board. Most of the time, people try to fill up the first half of the plane, and then the last half is for people in B's and C's. But some people go to the back and they just sit back there. And so, yeah, Southwest says that that cuts down on boarding time. Because when people board, they find a seat and sit down and pick it up. But I don't know if that would really save on boarding time. But yeah, that's what Southwest is really famous for. No assigned seating, 2 checked bags, and really fun announcements. I mean, I've flown on Southwest, to Seattle, St. Louis, from Dallas back to Salt Lake City. I've flown on Southwest to Los Angeles. I've been on Southwest plenty of times, and I really enjoy their planes. So Southwest did something unique, and JetBlue kind of copied, but they went the opposite way. Southwest only orders 737s from Boeing. So that's the only thing they have in their fleet. Their fleet size is 802, and they're all 737s. There's no 757s, there's no 767s, they're only 737s. Yeah, it varies, 100, 200, 300, some maxes. They did order 234 Boeing 737 MAX 7 jets. That made them the largest purchaser ever of Boeing airplanes. So that is pretty good. So Southwest sticks with one airplane for pilots and for maintenance, just because they're familiar with those aircraft. They offer 2 free checked bags, open seating, and free snacks and free soda pop or juices, non-alcoholic drinks. But yeah, that is what Southwest is. So that's how they became the leader in low-cost airlines. They went from a small Texas-only flying airline to now nationwide. So yeah, they're flying to Mexico, the Caribbean, and they've even started flying to Hawaii on a 737. Yeah, so that's interesting. And so some of their major hubs, they have, so the hubs of Southwest. They have Atlanta, Baltimore, Chicago Midway, Dallas Love Field, flown out of that, Denver, Houston Hobby, Las Vegas, use that to go to Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Nashville, Oakland, Orlando, and then Phoenix Sky Harbor. Those are the hubs for Southwest. Okay, Salt Lake City's not a hub, but they do fly to Salt Lake City. And it's kind of amazing how they went from a small airline that just flew from Dallas to Houston to San Antonio, and then expanded out, and now they are the low-cost leader in the world. Leave a comment down below and tell me your thoughts about, is Southwest worth it? Do you fly Southwest? Do you like the open seating configuration? What are your thoughts on Southwest? Let's keep the conversation going. I would really appreciate that. All right. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And I'd appreciate you guys if you would subscribe. That is it for Southwest. And until next time, you guys, I will see you later. Bye.